it have a slow fade or? There we go. Pardon me for chewing. Actually, Andrew, can I get a little more back in my headphones now? Just keep, there we go. That sounds great. Hey, everybody. Welcome. We're back in the studio. I get right. Was that right, Tori? The last show we did was from my house, right, or my apartment.
Yeah, that was the Zoom. Hey, Andrew. I got a mic here. Yeah,
He is.
That was the Hognica special.
The Hognica special, right? I set it up in my kitchen or our dining room. That's right, Hognica, and then all the fans let me down because no one had the fucking guts to go get it from the park and send it around the world. So thanks for nothing, fans. Just kidding. It would have been funny. I keep getting some pops. You hear that?
Yep. It's like brain zaps.
Yeah, it's like. Anyway, I shoved a big piece of bread in my mouth, so I know this is rude. It's unprofessional, but I'm going to chew it as quickly as I can and be done. I know a lot of people. I think it's funny. A lot of people think it's disgusting. Football. First of all, thank you, football, for being here, for filling in for Slice as always. And what's that on your laces?
That is producer Tori.
Oh, wow. We should point out that that's a producer Tori button. I'm going to step away from the mic and say we got some merch. And, I know we've been plugging on my Instagram and on Office Hours, but I got my Office Hours East comfort tee right here. I don't know if you want to get, there we go. Yeah, let me step, there we go. It's always like I'm looking at the monitor right now. When I turn one way, I go the other way in the monitor. So, yeah. And also I'm wearing my winter tough guy fingerless gloves. So this is the Office Hours East. Again, it's not a muscle tee because I don't have big muscles. It's a comfort tee. Usually more for summer, but, I'm a fucking New York tough guy, so I do it in the winter, 24/7, 363. I take 2 days off. But yeah, so it's there's some really kick-ass merch. I got my producer Tori button right there. Man, we should have like just an exclusive producer Tori button camera that just only gets an extreme close-up. But that's what you got in your laces, football, right?
Yep, it is near and dear to my heart.
Wow, so that's where, we've had this conversation with Slice about, what's your body? And she said, I think the crust is the bones, right? And so is your heart near the laces, or was that a figurative statement?
No, it's near my laces.
Okay.
It's I had surgery, so I got it stitched up. I had open heart surgery.
Wow.
So I got some stitches.
Oh, so those are literal, the laces. So you're saying because the laces, that's part of you. It's part of a football.
Yes.
But you're saying the laces are also part of your surgery?
They were. So when the reconstruction happened, it was kind of, they always go in that way because then the stitches will sort of fit in with like what you're born with as a football.
So football, let me ask you this, because, I don't know how many sports fans we have that watch the show or listen to the show, whether it's Office Hours East or Office Hours. But, I love sports. We've had a little bit of sports talk on the show. Might do some like Patreon stuff where we just, if you're a sports head, I was going to say a sports guy, but you could be a sports guy or a sports gal. It's NFL, which is one of the worst fucking leagues in the world. It's gross and all the nationalistic bullshit. But I do like the playoffs. And last weekend,
wow.
If you're into sports, holy shit, 4 games. There was 4 games and they were all incredible. Now, were you a part of any of those? Do you have any friends or relatives that were footballs in those games?
My buddy Bert is football for the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, God.
But
so is he ever, does that mean if you're a football, one of the official footballs for the team, you're that team's ball? He must have been crushed.
But he also loves the game. You gotta love the game, and that was a great game.
You know what? That's how I feel. I don't have I was a neutral fan, and I could just enjoy the ups and downs without freaking out, or there was no big highs or lows. But that's how Bert felt for that Bills, because that was a crushing loss.
He was
for
a little
Bills fans.
deflated afterwards.
Wow.
Emotionally, not
Gotcha.
physically.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a real that's a groaner.
I know.
And that's like well-traveled pun, like Deflategate and all that bullshit. But.
Yeah, I hear you. I feel a little vulnerable right now, having this pin through my heart stitches.
Okay.
So
we can remove it if it.
no, I'm just saying. I hear you. That was a bad pun. It was a little hack, and I'm sorry.
You know what? Then I actually I shouldn't have called you out on it.
No, you're
I
right.
should have like just embraced it.
You-
I've heard about with improv training. Is it yes and I think is what you do. I'm not sure. I've never taken improv in my life. New York Jonathan doesn't do that shit. But I should have instead of just poo-pooing it. I should have been like, oh my god, that's so great.
No, it's look. You. Whenever I get here, you always remind me we're at a certain level here. I have taken improv at Comedy Sports.
Wow, fun.
Yeah, a lot of
That makes sense. You would do it there.
yeah, a lot of balls do. There's a lot of balls.
What
And,
other kind of balls did Comedy Sports with you? Volleyball? Any volleyball?
Rugby ball.
Volleyballs are cool. I just want to. I want to just interject that in here. I think volleyballs, especially like when they the colored stripes, just a
Yeah.
cool ball,
Yeah.
right?
I like the beach volleyballs.
Yeah. I don't love beach volleyball as a sport. I find it boring, but I do love the beach volleyball.
Yeah, I hear you.
There should be a ball Hall of Fame, right? Where it's just like old, and I know each Hall of Fame has old balls, so maybe that's just, but there should be one Hall of Fame where all the balls, you get to see all the sports.
We should do a GoFundMe for that.
Great idea.
Just a GoFundMe for old balls getting some respect.
Would it be the Ball of Fame or just the Ball Hall of Fame?
I like Ball of Fame.
There's Ball of Fame, there's Ball Hall of Fame, the Hall of Ball Fame.
The Valhalla.
Oh, that's nice. They could have fun with that for
Yeah.
sure. Valhalla. Now, what was the Valhalla? What was that?
Isn't that sort of like the Mount Olympus
Is that
for the
Vikings?
Norse gods?
Like Viking shit, right? Tori, can you look that up? Do you have that capability of just like, beep, boop, bop, bop?
Valhalla in Norse mythology is a majestic, enormous hall located in Asgard, ruled over by the god Odin.
So it's a hall.
Half of those who die in combat travel to Valhalla.
Wow. So this could be like dead balls.
I mean, yeah.
Because let me
Deflate gate.
Deflate gate. Boo. Like, do balls? This is a very, very.
Do balls die?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do all balls go to heaven?
Not all. I'll be real honest. It's not a lot of golf balls in heaven. They kill too many birds.
So kill too many birds. They probably kill a lot of aquatic life. Unless those balls get retrieved, which I think a lot of them do. I think there's a lot of people that just like to go in there and just retrieve golf balls. And I've even seen stuff, I think, on YouTube, or on the internet, like just some guy in a wetsuit and he goes and scuba dives and retrieves golf balls.
I've seen some stuff on YouTube of golf balls just killing birds.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
What about-
Golfers just like they kill birds. You've never seen this?
Are they trying to kill them, or is it just accidental, like kill a bird?
I mean, they say it's an accident, but golf balls they're fucking mean.
Here's the most incredible bird death by sports ball that I think I've ever seen, and I think it'll be tough to top. Have you ever seen, man, I wish that we're just, that we didn't plan this conversation, so we can't show this right now, unless there's some kind of tech wizard on our staff that can bring it up. But Randy Johnson, who was speaking of the Hall of Fame pitcher in Major League Baseball. He was like 6'10", he still is alive. 6'10", crazy fastball, dominant guy. This was crazy football. So there's a pretty famous baseball clip where he's winding up, throws the pitch, and throws like a nasty fastball. And as soon as, oh my God, yeah.
Wow, Tori.
Watch what happens right before the ball gets to the catcher's mitt. How fucking insane
No.
is that?
This is like this is like a snuff video.
That fucking bird. Now, here's the thing. I was about to say that poor bird, or that bird was committing suicide.
Right.
And it
Because
was like,
also,
and it knew, and it
so
was
fast, so fast.
that bird must have been, because and listen, here's some tips. If there's any young people watching and you're an aspiring baseball player, the way hitting a baseball is next to impossible, right? The Hall of Fame baseball hitters, the best to do it, don't do much better than 30%. If you're a 300 hitter, that means 3 out of 10 times you're hitting the ball. 30%, that's massive failure in any other job. In baseball, you're Hall of Fame. So that's how hard it is to hit a baseball. It's all timing. So when I played baseball in high school, my coach, Mr. Shanta, he was my biology teacher also, just the best coach. And so, I learned a lot from him. So when the pitcher's hand is here, when it's about to be released, I'm just going to give you the full thing, all right?
Do it.
All right, so audience, you're the batter. Pitcher's in his windup, all right? So you can either come from the stretch or the windup. So you're winding up. So basically, when the pitcher's coming here, when the ball is here, when the arm is here, that's when you want to kind of start your swing, right? You want to be seeing that ball come out of the hand. It's all timing, and I think at the pro level, there's also a lot of guesswork based on the count. So so when you're in the on deck circle, which means you're next, you're just watching the pitcher and you're trying to get his timing down, right? When is that? And you're kind of practicing, going through the motions. That bird must have been like flying around the stadium. I'm saying if it killed itself, it was probably flying around the stadium and like, all right, I think I got his timing down. And then he timed it perfectly.
I mean, to be that low in a baseball stadium, like the thing with the golf courses is you're in bird territory there.
Right.
Like that's where birds live.
Well, we've infiltrated on their land.
Yeah, exactly. So those birds aren't trying to get themselves killed.
No.
But that bird dipping that down.
You don't fly. You're if you're a bird, don't go there.
Yeah. Go
right?
Hang out in the stands. That's where all the popcorn is.
Yeah. Fly up high. You don't fly right in the middle of where a projectile is being thrown. That bird killed itself.
The good news is it happened fast. It happened gloriously.
Yeah, that's all any of us can hope for, is to have a great life and go out in spectacular fashion.
Yeah.
What's your dream death? I know I'm putting you on the spot here, football, but
and
you don't even have to share. You don't have to share.
No, it's fun. It's fun to name our dreams. I want to die being shot by a jealous husband.
Whoa.
No, I'm just kidding. Oh, man. Do you have a dream death?
I don't know. I haven't given it much thought. I don't. I'll just say I don't have one. I do know that when I die, I want to be, have you seen these things, bio urns? Like you you're cremated, and then you're put into some like urn, and you plant it, and a tree grows.
Oh, like a chia pet of death.
I guess.
I think
It's a really belittling way to put it. I think it's a lot more beautiful than that. Although some people think chia pets are beautiful. So who am I to judge?
Yeah, I've always wanted to try.
Who am I to judge? I'm New York Jonathan. That's who. I judge what I want when I want. Anyway.
Nice.
Well, let's segue that from there into the show, because
Okay.
we got a lot to do. I mean, listen, you and I could shoot the breeze. We could rap all night.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of late night just bullshit sessions, me and you.
Yeah, I would just real quick. Death. Shoot heroin.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, now would you shoot it into your where the like inflation needle goes?
No, I want to.
You'd go through the pigskin.
I go through the pigskin.
Wow. Now, would you go through the laces? Like right now, are you does having a needle in you? Because there's a needle in you right now.
Yeah.
There is a needle of the producer Tory button in you.
Yeah.
Is that like scratching an itch or like
A
what's
little bit.
Wow.
If that were laced with heroin, but also puncturing me, right? Like that's on my stitch. If it were to go in, so I'm getting deflated, and I mean this
Right.
literally, not in a hacky kind of way.
That's on your stitch.
Yeah, if it's going in the pigskin, I'm losing all air at the same time that I'm feeling euphoric chemical joy.
Yeah.
That's a death I want.
Okay. That's a pretty solid way. I mean, that sounds nice.
Yeah, can you segue from that? Is that a tough segue now?
Absolutely not. Listen, as New York Jonathan welcomes all segue challenges. That could be a segment, Tori, like the Office Hours East segue challenge. Oh, it's reminiscent to something I did on. I'm breaking character now, but I did a thing on Conan, Segway Sam. So maybe that's kind of infiltrating into that territory. But who gives a fuck?
You could
Right?
segue. Could you involve like the Segway? Oh, speaking of deaths, didn't the Segway guy die like on his Segway?
He did.
Really?
He like drove over a cliff or something like that?
He did.
I was sort of thinking,
I mean, am I going to be a dick if I go, ha ha?
I mean, I think the world went ha ha. I think that happened, and God was like, I know that's hacky, but sometimes you got to just go there.
You think God has that awareness of like, yeah, this is hack, but you know what? Fuck it.
but maybe he was like, maybe something else was happening, and he was like, anyway, Segway.
God, this is going to make no sense. God, the ultimate segue.
Nice.
All right, so I did it. There's the segue into the show. So hey everybody, hope you all had great breaks. I know it's been a while since the holiday break, and we weren't even in here. I was at home, and we were all doing. You guys were here, right, Tori? Were you guys here? We were all.
No, we were all at home.
We just did it at home. It was a Zoom show, right?
Yeah. We just stitched it together. Like,
God, that seems forever ago. That was a
Yeah.
long time ago. It was over a month ago, because that was right before. That was the 17th, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Passing out Hogneka sandwiches. Because I remember my poor friend's husband came by to get the last Hogneka sandwich. Next day, COVID, diagnosed. Yeah.
Wow.
Poor guy. And he got it bad. He didn't get like everyone thinks, oh, it's mild. I want to get it now. How stupid. Don't get it. But he got it. Yeah, he got it. Not great.
Is he okay now?
He's okay now, but he's still got residual effects. And God, we had a good segue, and then we just went like talking about COVID.
Well, but that's why the show was on Zoom last time.
It's true. Hey, listen, it's life.
Yeah.
Welcome to the new normal. The new normal.
To life.
That should be. Where is it, Tori?
L'chaim.
Yeah. L'chaim literally means, right? Isn't l'chaim to life?
Yeah.
L'chaim.
To life.
L'chaim.
L'chaim. To life.
Is that from Fiddler?
I think so,
I just
yeah.
call it Fiddler.
Fiddler.
Some people call it Fiddler. I like to say, is that from The Roof? That's what I call Fiddler on the Roof. Is that from Roof? Anyway, we have a really fun show tonight. Thanks for anyone that's watching and listening in the future. We have a really like arts and crafty kind of an unintentional, I think, or God, the ultimate segue, would say there's not no accidents or whatever. God wouldn't say that, right? Or maybe she would. Anyway, so it's a very crafty kind of themed show. We've got a friend of mine and I think one of the New York art scene's hottest new artists, does papier-mâché. Bernie Kaminski's on. We have another segment that you'll see is kind of like crafty with its ideas, and it's all kind of, even over the break, it was inspiring me recently to just get crafty with a lot of like being home a lot and COVID. Like this goes back to that shit, and I started getting crafty. I don't know if you like do arts and crafts ever, football, but I just, all the Bernie stuff kind of inspired me to get crafty, and I started making these, and you'll see Bernie stuff is real like pop arty, and he'll make like papier-mâché sandwich, a papier-mâché intercom thing. They're really incredible.
I looked up his stuff. He's amazing.
Pretty amazing. And I know he had like a write-up I've been just plugging him as much as I can on like, which is not that much. I don't go on Instagram all the time. I just love him. He's an old friend, and he's a great guy, and I'm so happy for his success, and I hope it just keeps getting bigger for him. And so we're going to talk to him later. Anyway, I started doing some of my own like cool, crafty, making these like stuffies where I would draw stuff and make a pattern and then fill it with, like stuffing, like it's not fluff. I don't know what you'd call it. Like it's not peanuts, but what would you call that? Just stuffing? It's like that white, like you'd see when your dog rips up a toy and pulls out all the stuffing. It's that stuff. And then tape it up. So let's show some of the things I've been making. And you'll see they're like real pop arty and kind of cool looking. So did we have a name for this segment, Tori, or no? I don't think so.
No, we didn't have we just decided this would just be.
Yeah, let's just show some of the stuff I've been working on.
You stuff stuffing in your stuffy, and
Yeah,
you're showing the stuff.
We're showing the stuff. It's stuffies.
Wow.
So here's the first one I made. I actually got inspired. I thought that was going to be last, but that's all right. This is the first of this is the crust gotta hurt. I was inspired to do, like you can see right there, there's the show's sticker for crust gotta hurt. And we also have magnets. You got to get your merch. And so I made the crust gotta hurt stuffy. And I'll show it to you guys in a sec. I actually brought that one with me since Slice is not here tonight. Let's see the next one. So this is a Starbucks. What do they call it? It's like the strawberry. Is it acai? Is that how you pronounce that? Like
Yeah.
ACAIE?
Yeah,
It's that-
acai.
yeah, strawberry acai lemonade. And it's got like chunks of strawberry. And I put a like cool green straw in there. And then let's see the next one, Tori. I made some Takis,
Nice.
Blue Heat. And then you can see right there, Hubba Bubba, the sour. And I thought I got the cool details. Like I got the Takis, I got the, and if you see the bag, it's like exact. And then I think I had one more. I made this thing of like the strawberry Pop Rocks. And I just had fun with it. It was like a really fun, diversionary thing. We all need hobbies in general. And so I brought the crust gotta hurt. I think it's fun. And, I got the magnet right here. And you can see the crust gotta hurt on my computer. But look at that. I think I did a really great job. And they've been just fun to make. Like for me, it's just been cool. It's been a fun thing. I actually think Tori, your producer Tori, is telling me we might actually have a caller that wants to ask about them.
We have a caller here who they have a dispute here, I think.
All right. Well, caller, are you there? Do you have some questions about my stuffies? You there, caller? Oh, maybe
if you
they.
are satisfied with your message, press 1 to listen to your message.
Oh,
press 2
that's
to
weird.
Wow. So the operator has a problem with your stuffies.
Weird. Well, maybe if they want to call back, I mean, I would imagine that there's going to be some people that are going to just ask. I would imagine we've got some crafty fans that like to do crafting. Like if people really wanted to talk about this, I mean, you can also. Do you do any crafting yourself? Football?
My brother's a really big crafter.
Really?
Yeah, he's really into bujo, bullet journaling.
What is that?
That's
Bujo?
Bujo for bullet journal. Bujo.
Is it involve like bullets in a gun or like making bullet points?
It started with like a bullet point type thing, and it's become
it.
if you look on Instagram like hashtag Bujo, BUJO.
Wow.
There's a lot of like fancy layouts and stuff for the month, and he's gotten super into that. He uses washi tape.
What's washi? Washi tape?
Washi tape.
Wow.
Yeah, it's this really beautiful Japanese tape that's like got artistic paper stuff.
That sounds like it would be good for my stuffies.
Yeah.
Do we have our caller on the line?
Do we have the caller on the line? That'd be. I mean, I'd love to talk about my stuffies.
Caller, you there?
Hello,
Hi. Who's this?
your daughter.
Freddie?
Yes, your only daughter, Freddie.
Oh.
Why are you calling, sweetie? It's kind of late. Shouldn't you? Sweetie, what's going on? Why are you calling? You should be in bed, honey.
They're spreading rumors on your podcast about those amazing squishies that I made.
Whoa.
No, sweetie. God damn it. No, I was saying I was gonna tell them. I'm like, that was gonna be the thing. I'm like, oh, I was inspired. My daughter. Why are you up?
You can cut the act.
Cut what act? God damn it. Why are you up?
Wait, Freddie, are you saying that
Friday.
you made these stuffies, not New York Jonathan?
Yeah.
Whoa.
All right, fine. These are my daughter made the stuffies.
Whoa.
And I,
Thank you.
you know what? Why are you watching this? This is not, mommy's going to get in a lot of trouble when I get home that you're even watching this as an adult show. You go to bed right now. Well, when I get home, I will.
Yeah, but when you get home, I'll be asleep.
Yeah, you better be.
Make me.
Yeah, I will when I get home. Fine. These are my daughters. My daughter made these.
Wow.
Listen,
I'm glad she got you to tell the truth because you were seriously bragging about
I
that.
was gonna like at the end say I was gonna do a thing where I was gonna go, just kidding. My daughter made these. Aren't they great?
It's hard
See,
to
Freddie?
believe
You
a
told me it was
liar.
never good to lie.
What's that?
Why won't you follow your own advice?
What?
You told me that it's not good to lie. Why won't you follow your own advice and not spread rumors on your podcast?
Sweetie, I was not lying. I was gonna at the end. This was gonna be like a big surprise for you. Like, oh, at the end, when if we had callers going, oh my God, these are so awesome, and like maybe let's say an art gallery person was like, I gotta have you in my gallery. I would have said, just kidding, my daughter made them. Like I hadn't gotten there yet.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
you didn't even think she was going to be watching, so why would you do that? Be a surprise
Because
for
I know
her?
it's going to be on YouTube later, and I was going to show her later. Like, oh my God, look, sweetie, look at this great
I
thing
don't know.
I did for you.
I'm on
This-
Freddie's side on this
Yeah.
one. I mean, it seems like you were saying that you made them.
You
I
said it
was,
several
I
times.
was, and that's the thing. I was, and because I was gonna like when callers called and talked about how great these were, I was gonna then go, oh, just kidding, you guys, it's my daughter's. Because if I came out and said my daughter made these, everyone would be like, whatever. But since I made them, they'd be like, oh, they're cool. And then I was gonna give Freddie, you were gonna get all the credit at the end, sweetheart. You don't believe
Yeah,
me?
sure.
You don't believe your daddy?
No, I don't.
Well, we'll talk about this when I get home, honey, and you better be in bed. Yeah. Well, my daughter made these. She's very talented, and I was 100% for real gonna say so at the end of this. So you're all wrong, and you're all jerks for thinking I'm a liar when I would never do that.
Wow, that would really hurt if it weren't coming from a liar's face right now.
Well, I don't know who you're talking about because I'm not the liar because I'm telling the truth that I was going to give my daughter full credit on these incredible stuffies that she made that I was definitely going to say later. But because you had to call Freddie and be like, oh, I gotcha, you didn't get the surprise. So I guess the joke's on you.
Very funny.
I know it's funny. I'm a professional comedian.
So believable.
Thank you. See? Thank you.
No, she made me laugh. Freddie made me laugh harder tonight than you
All right,
did.
hang up on this caller, please. I think this is a prank caller pretending to be my daughter, clearly. Prank caller, good try. You sound like my daughter,
You're
but
your real daughter.
whatever prank caller. Whatever prank caller. We know you're not. I know my daughter, and that's not what she sounds like. Huh?
I said it's really me.
Hang up
Your
on this
daughter.
caller right now, Tori. Hang up on this prank caller impersonating my daughter.
Fine.
Bye.
Bye, Freddie.
Bye,
Thank you for
Freddie.
the truth.
I'm so mad at you. Thanks for ruining your own surprise. Hope you feel good.
Wow.
Oh, she hung up. She hung up before I could.
No, we hung up first. Don't say, we hung up first on her or whoever that was. God, it's so annoying. So anyway, yes, I was eventually going to talk about how my daughter made those and how great they were, and she's
So you
super
really
talented.
thought if you said she made them, people wouldn't say they're cool. No, they're really cool though. So you thought people wouldn't actually appreciate their being cool.
well because you think, oh, a kid made him. You're not going to be like whatever. But if an adult made him, it's like, oh, cool. That guy's got like throwback vibes or some shit, right? So really, that's 100% where I was going. Like
Wait,
I was
do
gonna
your arms hurt right now for that reach?
when I went like this.
No, I meant that reach, that reach for a logic. That do your arms hurt
Oh, ha
from
ha,
that
funny.
reach?
Wow, you're full of great puns tonight, football.
I mean, I see
Super
laughter. I
funny.
see some shoulders shaking
Where?
right ahead of you.
Uh huh.
Right ahead of
Do you
you.
want to take a phone call about stuffies? Someone says they're calling to talk about stuffies.
Sure.
I mean,
Better
I don't
not,
know
better not
if
be my
you
daughter.
could-
She better be in bed.
maybe if they had questions about stealing, credit for it.
I
you
didn't steal
could
shit.
answer.
I was about to elevate my daughter to this like art god status, but then she had to call and think she was pulling one over on daddy.
717, are you there? Area code
this is
717.
Bloody.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello. Where's 717?
Oh, this is Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. All right. Whereabouts?
Yeah. So I'm curious.
Okay.
I'm a business mogul over here, and did your daughter make you sign an NDA for these stuffings?
This already sounds like someone trying to be a funny bones on this call.
Now,
And
is-
NDA on the stuffies.
Real quick, is this caller loud enough for you? Is that just me not hearing too well?
That's all right.
So NDA on a NTF, that's a thing, right?
And that NTF bullshit. Yeah, this person doesn't want to talk about stuffies. Hang up on him, Tori. Hang up. L'chaim, you're done, Pennsylvania. Well, listen, I know this is awkward now. I don't want anyone to think I'm a terrible dad. I'm a great dad. And I was 100% going to give my daughter credit.
I think the only thing that makes this worse is you lying about it.
Let's move on to our next segment. And listen, we're going to tell you, coming up later in the show is we promoted this on social media. There's going to be a segment. We're going to end the show with a segment called Make New York Jonathan Cry. And if you got like a good sob story that you think you can make me cry, think about that. Think about something good that you can make me cry. And we want you to make me cry. And I'll tell you why later. But if you got some good stories, think about those.
I got one for you.
What, that I lied to my daughter? Which I didn't, by the way, because you didn't give me a chance to. Anyway, what is it?
It's about a father
Oh, Jesus Christ. Uh-huh.
who has to keep telling the world what a great dad he is
Oh, boy. Mm-hmm.
because the world will never say it to him. And that father is God.
Segue.
Segue.
Wow.
L'chaim.
L'chaim.
Too slow, Tori. Too slow. Awful. Jesus Christ, Tori. Fucking have the L'chaim button ready to go at all times. All right, so we're going to go to our next segment in football. This is going to be pretty fun. And this is kind of what I was getting at before about how it's kind of a crafty themed show. How did this come up, Tori? Were you just like, did you send me these? Like, oh, I saw these, or?
I got a new phone, and I wanted to get a phone case that just wasn't like the dumb phone case that everybody has. And I started looking. Go ahead.
By the way, let me just show you how much I do love my daughter. Look at this beautiful, cool kick-ass. This is from my daughter. She got me this phone case for the holidays. I had a really old, beat-up phone case. I had a lot of that blue, like, cloth tape wrapped around, which I thought kind of looked cool. But then she got me this, and it's just, I love it so
Well,
much.
she sounds like a great daughter.
I love her so much. She is something else, and those fucking stuffies are the coolest.
Yeah.
I hope she didn't just hear me swear. She's still up. She's heard it all at home.
I think her hearing you swear and telling the truth and valuing her is better than not hearing you swear and
Well,
lying.
that's what she hears
to
every
her
day,
face.
me swearing and telling the truth and validating her.
All right, keep telling the world you're a good dad.
I'm a great dad. I'm a great dad. I'm a great dad. All right, so this segment, so Tori, we were just texting, and you saw these like.
Yeah. I just I was looking up phone cases, and I found just the stupidest phone cases, and I thought you would appreciate them.
Yeah, there is some really cool shit. So we're just gonna show some. Do we have a title thing for this?
We do.
Yeah, we got
Can
like
we hit that, Zach?
Yeah. That doesn't.
There we go.
Oh God. Oh boy. Ugh. Oh, that is the fucking worst, the dumbest giggle. And I love. Can you bring that thing up again? Just how teeny the phone is. Oh, my little phone. Ooh. All right. Anyway, so we're gonna take a look at some of these phone cases because there were some good ones, and we can just like shoot the shit about them.
Yeah, where was that giggle from? Was that giggle coming from the tiny phone?
I think it was just listen, I don't want to tell people what to think. Like I just thought that was Jason Lamb does a lot of that helps us and makes music and stings, and I think that was him giggling, right?
It
or was
could
that
be.
just a stock giggle?
No, I thought it was him, but
I thought it was him.
But maybe that's I don't know, maybe that's somebody. I would have thought maybe football. Maybe you knew that phone, or maybe Slice knows that phone.
Yeah,
Wow, what a weird leap! Because he's a football. He knows phones.
Well, I don't know.
Inanimate objects.
Yeah,
they all know each other.
That
I
was
see.
the connection for me.
I mean, Slice does know a lot of phones.
Really.
Yeah.
And what about you? Do you know a lot of phones?
I knew one phone.
Whoa, that was a loaded delivery. I knew one phone.
I knew one phone. That
Wow.
was enough.
I wonder if that phone might pop up in these funny phone cases. Well, let's take a look at the first one. So when I need a hand, is that what it says?
I needed.
When I needed a hand, I found your paw.
and in this one, just a note on this one, that you can customize like the hair and the dog on it.
Yeah. Well, before we go there, the thing that listen, I have a dog. I've talked about Cabby many times. Oh, I forgot. I should have sent this video. Cabby met a fan. I was walking Cabby, whose real name is Gatsby, but Cabby, and then some lady's like, Cabby. And I've actually had a couple of people, like one guy, I'm walking my dog and a car drove by. Hey, Cabby. It's so fucking funny.
That's so cool.
And so I was walking Cabby, and some lady's like, Cabby. And then she brought her dog out, and she had messaged me on Instagram, hey, sorry, I met you in the park, and my dog ran over your dog. I was like, oh, no problem. He loves it. He loves rough play. And the dog's name is Moose. We met Moose, and I forgot to send that video so we could show it. I'll post it on Instagram. That's what I'll do after sometime this week or next week.
Can I just point out with that phone
And Moose
case?
is so big and cute. We're going to go ahead.
That phone case is very ass-centric.
Well, that's what I wanted to point out. Can we bring that up again?
I was distracted by that.
100%. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, listen, it's cheesy and all that. I have dogs. I have a dog. I love dogs. I feel that sentiment. Like, I feel like Holly Hunter in Raising Arizona when she's there. Like, I love him so much. That's how I feel every day, every minute of every day with my dog. But this is just like, yeah, like she's like, her ass is weird and she's putting her hand, it's like the hand should have been in the middle of the back.
Yeah.
It looks like she's grabbing the
Or around
dog's
the
ass.
dog's shoulder.
Yeah, anywhere but where it is.
So you're looking at this person who really looks like they're edging their way down to like stick their finger up the dog's butthole. But
I thought you were saying edging her way towards the end of that cliff to jump off. She was about to kill her. This is terrible. Like, suicide is not a funny thing to joke about, but here
with
we
the
are.
phone case,
I guess so. No,
But-
terrible.
But then you're looking down there, and then you're immediately looking at that. I mean, what is that? The cleft.
It's really strange because, yeah, they're really accentuating the lady's tush, or tuchis, and then, yeah, the hand on the dog's tush. And then in the other one,
I mean,
yeah, it's just weird.
it looks like
And you can put up, this says up to 4 dogs, names, skin tones, background, tops, hairstyles, quotes, and dog breeds can be changed. Yeah, there it is.
and you can add wings to them in case they're dead dogs.
Can you?
Yeah, look, it said the previous slide. It said you can add wings to the dogs,
Oh, God.
and the one with the rainbow. You know, the rainbow
The
bridge.
Rainbow Bridge.
So
Oh,
if you want to
God.
honor your dead dog whose ass you always felt up,
What about your dead ball?
yeah.
When I needed a hand, I found your ball. But that's like, we're not making like nuts jokes. Or it would just be, I found you.
Yeah.
You're not saying, I'm going to find your ball. I found you. You're a ball.
Right.
Anyway, let's go to the next case. That one was just getting like to be a bummer, like butts. And, here's another one. In loving
Wow.
memory of, and what does that say? Daryl?
Yeah.
Now, is this a real?
I think that says, doesn't that say Darnell?
Darnell. That's what I liked about that one. It was Darnell. And again, we're not like making fun of death, but we are. Death is a part of life.
I don't want to change the photo name and date on that. Can you go back? It says photo name and date can be changed. Oh, wow.
Oh boy. Wrong way, guys.
Oops.
Glad I wore my tech diffs hat. What the fuck? Oh, that's not. We need another hat that says human error or human fuck up.
All right, easy there. You're a liar, and you were busted by your daughter. So you'd be wearing that
Yeah,
hat
you'd all
right
like
now.
to think. You'd all like to think. You all think you busted me, and you're all stupid.
I would get that case if I could keep Darnell and that date on
Yeah,
it.
I agree. I'd love to have that case specifically.
It looks
Tori,
like-
you should get that case.
a good
What
idea.
was he told right before that picture was snapped? Because he does look like he received some news.
Maybe it was hey, asshole. And he looked up and then he was shot. And then they made a phone case. That would be cool. That's what it's a phone case company and they kill you. And your last look is what's on the phone
It's
case.
the ring, but it's the ringtone.
Is that a movie, The Ring?
Oh,
Did you
man.
just blow it? Is that spoiler alert?
It's not spoiler alert.
That's just a plot.
No,
thing.
you just spoiled an awesome joke. You're the spoiler.
Oh man, the joke spoiler.
Yeah.
The joke spoiler. That's my favorite new stupid character. Joke spoiler. All right, what's the next one that we already saw? This one is so fucking good. What a weird. I mean, it's a realistic, but like
Why Peter Jackson?
that's.
Someone who is so behind the scenes.
Oh man, you know what we need another inset box of football. That'd be great. I know you can't do it now, but maybe for the next show, that'd be really, really funny.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, of course. It'd be just you and we're both like shooting the shit about this.
That's really
I like
nice.
the placement of this, so it looks like he's either just spit me out or he's eating me. Or he's about to like eat me. Like he was looking somewhere else and went, "Oh, what's over? Is he New Zealand?
Yep.
What's over here?" That's a pretty good New Zealand accent right there, bro.
Nope.
I ate it down a little like Kiwi.
Nope.
And then he went, Kiwi! And then he's going to eat my inset box.
Yeah. Oh, like you got his attention by saying kiwi, and
Yeah.
he was like, "Oh, I'm going to eat that."
And so that's a freeze frame of him like, Kiwi! He's on the W-I of Kiwi. Or maybe the Ki.
Do you?
He went like this. Kiwi! And then like, Ki.
And
And then that's the frozen face.
as soon as he says "k" is when you start the swing.
Yeah. Oh, like the pitcher.
You know
And
what
the baseball comes out of his mouth.
the national bird of New Zealand? Guess what it's called?
The Kiwi.
Yeah,
Is that really the national bird?
it really is.
Wow. I think it was a seagull. Did they say in that video what bird was killed? Randy Johnson, was it a seagull?
Well, then it definitely was wanted
brutal.
to die because that's nowhere near a sea.
Yeah. Well, it could have been. I think it was the Oakland A's? What teams were playing? Anyway, let's go to the next phone case. It's my phone. Oh, look at that. We do have an inset box for football. Fuck yeah.
Hey.
Oh, you made up for going to the next slide too. You made up by like 10. So now you've got like 9 fuck ups before I'll even get mad.
All right.
And it's all, come on.
All right.
All right, what? Football.
It's my phone. Don't touch.
You just
bitch.
gave me shit about spoiling your ring bit. When
The
you go to the
ring.
next slide, you're spoiling the joke. Talk about a joke spoiler.
Joke spoiler.
Is that your voice choice for a joke spoiler? That's a tough one. Joke spoiler.
Joke spoiler.
Voice choice for joke spoiler.
Joke spoiler.
So this one I just like blunt, dumb shit. Like when I see like dick and balls graffiti, it just makes me laugh because it's so stupid and just lacks creativity. And that's what made me laugh about this one. It's my phone. Don't touch, bitch. Just
Also,
dumb.
the font is terrible.
Yeah, shitty.
The punctuation is terrible. The placement of it is terrible.
Yeah, it should have been like between the Apple and the iPhone logo.
Or just cover up the whole apple.
Yeah.
Either one.
Yeah, it's a stupid one, but because it's so shitty, I enjoy it.
Yeah, I hear you. It's so stupid, it kind of works.
God, I lied to my daughter.
Do you wanna take a second?
No, what's the next phone case? Oh, it's a frying pan. That's fun.
Oh.
Oh, God.
The thing, that one, to me, it's just like, what do you do? You can't put it in your pocket.
Who gives a shit? I lied to my daughter, Tori. I lied.
So you were never gonna say. You were never.
Ha ha, yeah, I was. In your face.
Oh, so you just lied.
I lied. No, I was never going to. I came on here. I was passing off my daughter's artwork as my own. I just thought it would be not a big deal. And then, if an art gallery called, I would have then said, oh, it's actually my daughter's. And let's
You
put that
really-
money in her college account. And
You really think you would have been able to, if an art gallery said, you are so talented, I want to pay you money, you really think you would have had the wherewithal to say, I didn't make this?
I think so.
Take a look in your heart. You're being honest now. Don't stop. Wow,
I don't
those
know.
stuffies are amazing. You're so talented.
Let's go to the next phone case, please. Let's go to the next phone case. If first you don't succeed, flush again. That's pretty good shit, right?
It must have been a good shit.
Nice. Again, just like so stupid, and then someone wants that covering than protecting their phone.
And you just forgot
First
about
you don't succeed, flush again.
It's funny, too, because they don't say flush again.
Oh,
If at first you don't
try
s-
again.
Yeah.
Flush again. Well, Tori, send an email to the makers of that phone case with that suggestion. Next phone case, please. How many more we got? That one's lame. Unless you want to talk about it.
It just
Football.
makes me think of your daughter.
We are expecting.
I just don't get that. Is that because like egg is like a baby? I just don't
Yeah.
understand.
The
So
sperm.
it's like a cute way to say you're expecting.
Do you know how babies are made, Tori?
And I was
Do you know
hoping
how it works?
I've been wanting to ask someone, and
How babies are made?
yeah, and I've never felt like it was the right time to ask, so I don't know, maybe.
Yeah. I don't know that now is the right
Oh,
time.
Yeah, I would say I don't want to. Yeah, probably not the right time, Tori.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
That's okay, but you really should find out at some point.
Yeah, you should grab us after the show.
Yeah,
How about
yeah.
that? How many more of these do we have? I don't remember.
There's quite a few. There's
God.
if you
Quite
wanna
a few.
yeah, if you want to
Warning,
just
fart zone, classic. Next. I just enjoyed that there's a
Wow.
wide variety of just sheep. Now,
Wow, New Zealand.
don't go until I say so. How much fucking nerve? No. I said I wouldn't get mad. I said you can do 9
No,
of those.
now we can do 8 more.
8 more. My fault. My bad.
But
Just go-
this is Speaking of New Zealand, we got a bunch of sheep,
Are those sheep?
aren't they?
I think so. Are they lambs? I just like that there's a lot of options for lambs in front of mountains.
Yeah, aren't
Well, I guess there's
lambs
only one
sheep?
with a mountain. I don't fucking know. Gives a shit.
All right, come on, man.
Jesus Christ.
You know why you're having such a hard time? Because there's some truth in you you're refusing to look at.
God. What kind of father am I? That should be my phone case.
Yeah.
It's from my daughter, and I write, what kind of father am I? Or it should, what kind of father do you want to be? That's what should be on here, because then that's challenging the viewer. Well,
But it should be challenging you. So maybe you should put the case on top of the.
Well, here's how it is challenging me, because I know people are looking at it about me. And now it's putting the thought in their head about me. What kind of, now strangers are just by look. So I'm on the subway, right, like this, and I'm pretending to play Scrabble, but really I want people to notice my case. And then it says, what kind of father do you want to be? And so when people notice it and then they look at me like, and they're thinking, what does that mean? to me, it looks like they're like, what kind of father do you want to be? So it's like accusatory.
So that's going to help you be a better father to your child.
Yes.
Other people's judgment that you've created.
It could. I wouldn't put it beyond the realm of possibility.
Why don't you just try to be a better dad?
Okay. Let's see the next phone case. Howard Cosell. Now this is getting like, who gives a shit? What was the next one? I'm Strong Boy. That was kind of funny. Next one. God, I should have had like 5 of these. Chevrolet, just fucking classic, right?
Yeah, sure.
Next one. This is just like, if this is your phone case, you just have like lots of funny names for breasts.
Right.
It's really obnoxious.
Those breasts, a bunch of them look like the butt that girl had in the first one.
Yeah, and I never heard of a lot of these. Sky jumps, papayas, teabag, just beyond offensive on so many levels.
I thought
And then
teabags was balls.
That's what I thought. So what if someone put their balls onto a set of teabag breasts? Is that like double teabag?
Like a super strong tea.
Yeah, it's just like double the T. Next. This one I kind of thought was
cool
really
as
cool
hell.
as hell. Yeah, like
That's cool as hell.
super fucking creative. And if my daughter had come up with that, I probably would have lied about it.
Tori, will you send me the link to that one? Because I am 100% going to get that for my friend.
Yeah, this one is...
That's brilliant.
That was my favorite one. That's at least, super cool. I mean, it's really stupid, but I really fucking
But
love
it also, I've never seen one that uses the lenses.
Yeah, very creative.
Wow.
Almost as good as my daughter's stuffies.
Wow. Almost as good as you calling them your daughter's stuffies.
Listen, I want everyone to know that I'm a good father.
No, I thought you were going to say I want everyone to know that I lied. You can't say I'm a good father.
Well, maybe that's what I was about to say until you decided to interject
You have to
before I
be-
could actually say it, much like you guys didn't give me a chance to finish this bit that I was doing where I was pretending to take credit for my daughter's stuff. And then at the end, and now you're all jumping on my throat.
Man, I thought
Talk about spoiling the ring.
I thought you were ready to look inside, ma'am.
Well, apparently I'm not.
Yeah.
But let's move on to our next segment, which is more crafting, fun. I think I need to get my daughter on the phone.
If she's still speaking
Yeah,
to you.
I don't know if.
I
see if
just
I
am
can
going to
text my
challenge
wife
you
and-
to not say I'm a good dad and to just be a good dad.
Just hold on, I'm texting my wife right now. And the reason I'm doing this is because now I want people at home to think, wait, is this real? Did he really lie? And there's no way, but maybe now people will think it's a real, if it's real or not.
Wait, you
Wouldn't
think
that be
people at
awful?
home don't believe that?
No.
Wait,
It's so stupid.
I'm getting lost. You think people at home think that you made the stuffies and that you...
No, I was just trying to do like a spontaneous thing, like, let me have my daughter call, we'll do a bit, and we'll keep the bit going. And now it's just it's falling apart. All right, let's go on to our next segment, which is
You just told the truth.
bringing our special
You
guest
just
on.
told the truth.
I hate bailing on bits, but that was like, whatever. All right, so our next guest is, I have known him a long time. He's a really great guy. He was the producer on my gear show, and we're gonna he's been making what I think are just some of the coolest, these papier-mâché objects. He made me one. Oh, that's what I forgot to send you to. I was gonna send a photo of the ones that I have, but he actually I think the first thing he made me, and we'll find out. I think he just started doing it as a hobby for fun, but he made me a baseball, a papier-mâché baseball. And we actually have another one here, and he signed it. Like, he did all the signatures, and it's like the 1984 Detroit Tigers. And that's my Detroit, it's my baseball team. And 84, they won the World Series. And it just was so cool. And then he made me a sandwich for one of my birthdays, and he's been putting them online, and I've just been trying to post them all the time because I love them and I want people to see them. And I think he gained a lot of traction. He was selling a bunch, and then they did a blurb. Can we show the thing now, Tori? Like, can we show the photo that from him in New York Magazine? Was that the order we were going to do, or I can't remember. Now you guys should yell at me like, you fucking should know, right? You guys should give me shit. So this was New York Magazine. I can't remember what month. It was I think it was last month, because it might have been like gift suggestions for the holidays. And so there's, in the middle of all these things, Bernie's papier-mâché buzzer.
Wow.
And
That's
much like that,
papier-mâché.
that's papier-mâché. Well, let's now show some of the stills of the ones he sent for us to look at. So let's just go to the first one. So this is a record player. I think that's like a Technics, right? Is that the brand Techniques or Technique? Or anyway, it's so fucking cool. And I'm actually not sure the scale of that, but that's amazing.
So detailed.
Let's go to the next one. Pair of Stan Smiths. I mean, they're so fucking cool.
Wow.
They look amazing. The details he puts into them. Let's go to the next one.
Whoa.
I can't see the name of the brand of the shirt. But just, it's a folded, and he made the shirt, I believe, and folded it. Let's go to the next one. A stack of National Geographic magazines. I mean, I don't know. I just love them so much, and I wanted to have them on the show. Do we have any more? Was there another one to show? And I mean, just like the medicine cabinet. How fucking incredible is that? And also, we go back to the medicine cabinet. I just love the choices, like, is it Jorgens and then Caress? And I remember that old Gillette foamy lemon lime, and and the Arid and the two silhouettes. I mean, and the old contact box.
The level of how used something is, and the crest being upside down, but it's like,
It's
that's
pretty
amazing.
Yeah, I think they're really genius and really incredible. And go to that next one. I mean, look at that.
Wow.
How much just the time. One of my daughters, getting back to my daughter, who I love so much, and I'm a great dad. You know, one of her teachers would always tell the kids, you know, about taking your time and slowing down on your work. Like, care and effort is what she would say. Care and effort. And when I see this, that's the first thing I see. How much time and how much attention to detail and all the care that went into making this. I mean, look at that. Every single thing in there is papier-mâché. It's just stunning.
But also,
Look
like
at the little calculator. That's fucking incredible. The ketchup packs.
the 1997, and it's like, yeah, Metro card, a check. Wow.
It's truly stunning. What do we have any more? Is that? And that's the sandwich he made me for my birthday, because he knows I enjoy hoagies and hoagie humor, like
That's awesome.
Hognica. Is that the last one? Look at those, man. Are those Clarks? Are those Clark sandals?
Or Dansko.
But
They're clogs.
They're
whatever
clogs,
they
not
are.
sandals. Yeah,
They're
sorry.
awesome.
Really fucking cool. And so
Out of paper.
yeah, pretty great.
Wow.
Hamburger. That looks like a Big
That's a
Mac.
Big Mac.
Specifically a Big Mac. Like
Yeah,
that's
special sauce.
special sauce on the side there.
Wow.
We do have we have Bernie here, so anytime you want to.
Well, let's bring him on. Let's bring him on.
Bernie, if you want to talk.
Hey everyone.
Hi,
John.
Bernie. Hey, we do have you on Zoom. I wasn't sure.
Hey, how's it going?
Good to see you.
Good to
How's
see
it
you.
going?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Oh my God, Bernie, thanks for being here. And I know we've talked a lot about it. We're friends.
Yeah.
When did you start? I love how this is going to be just a normal segment. I don't think we've ever done this on the show. Not that we've done a lot of these, but I just love your stuff so much. And I just want people to know about this. So tell me, like, had you always been doing this before we met, or was this something you just started doing somewhat recently?
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. It was about 5 years ago. And just by coincidence, my daughter was doing something she did a paper mache thing, brought it home from grade school. I thought it looked cool. We did something together, and then I started getting into it.
Did you make me a sandwich first or the baseball?
I think the baseball first.
And we're going to show, because, go ahead.
Yeah, the baseball is one of the first things I made. That when I made a basketball with my daughter, just like a very basic paper mache thing with a balloon, and then I thought like, oh, I could do a baseball, and then I thought I could add signatures, and I thought it looked cool. And
I'm in awe. I mean, look, you're probably wondering why is that football talking to me at all, but I'm just in awe. I can't believe you've only been doing this 5 years.
yeah, I picked it up late in life.
Had you been interested in paper mache? Like why? And it was because your daughter did a thing, paper mache, and it was just kind of a fun thing to do, and you just enjoyed it and gravitated towards it and thought,
Yeah, I mean, something I can do at home, do in our apartment, in the kitchen, and I've always been interested in art, but I can't really like paint or draw that well. But this was something like if I painted a pair of shoes, it would look kind of like whatever. But if I made these, they looked cool enough that it seemed like it was worth my time.
and didn't you tell me that you made the shirt and then actually folded it? That blue shirt that we showed?
Yeah, I took apart one of my own shirts and then traced and made like the paper pieces, and then with masking tape, and then paper mache it, and then put it back together. And I put it on before I paper mache it, like all like the piece.
It's so great.
And yeah, then paper mache it.
What's the longest it's taken you to make a piece? Which
Well,
piece
that
is the
junk drawer took a long time. I was working on that for a while, like over a summer. Like I would do it whenever I had time. And then the other ones, they always take longer than I think. I always think like, oh, that won't take that long. And I don't do a very good job of keeping track of how long they take, but
And
just because,
have
the
you ever
time sort of
been
goes
in the
by.
middle of making a piece and been like, this isn't working, I'm throwing it all away?
Yeah. I mean, with paper mache, it's, you don't have total control over it. And sometimes the way that it turns out, even though it's not exactly how I had intended, it looks cool. And then sometimes I do something and I just think like, oh, I'm not crazy about that. But whatever.
And then what inspires some of the choices? Like why, like the stack of National Geographics? Like it feels to be, there's almost like a very specific, like, and I'm so terrible at articulating shit, but like, like some of the older type things, like that feels very much of, we're
Yeah.
older guys, we're
Right.
both middle-aged, and that feels like something from when we were kids, like the medicine cabinet of old stuff, the stack of National Geographics, that feels very much of an era, to me at least. Is that just the aesthetic that you enjoy doing? Does it lend itself well to, like, are you going for a specific thing, or? Because you also have like don't you have an old, what's the tennis racket, the wood racket that you made?
Yeah. So it's a lot of stuff that's like, outdated, things that are no longer in use that I want to sort of like commemorate. And a lot of the stuff is just stuff that I either had when I was a kid or still have in our apartment. And then some things it's just like, think that it would look cool, or that I want to try to, like with the shirt, I wanted to try to figure out how to do it, or with those sandals, like, just it's sort of like a puzzle about how to go about it.
What brand is this? Are those Clarks?
Those are Dr. Scholl's.
Dr. Scholl's.
Yeah.
And then, I was going to say, why don't we just show this? Because you made us a very special paper mache for the show. You made a paper mache slice, and Tori was able to get it, and we're going to show that right now.
This is
And
very exciting.
this is pretty fucking cool. Thank you, producer Tori. I was like, oh, please don't drop this. So here we go, and it's on the plate. I almost feel like
Oh my gosh.
it's pretty incredible. Maybe I feel like I want to come and listen. I'll post photos on my Instagram later that are better, but I want to be very.
Whoa. It's wild to see it in person.
Oh yeah, sure. Thanks, Tori. I mean, that is really.
Wow.
Pretty cool. It's pretty stunning. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty. I remember when we were asking if you could do it in like the plate, and I wasn't even thinking that the shirt would be on it. And then when Tori opened, I'm like, what is it? Oh my God, it's the shirt. I mean, this is pretty awesome. Thanks for making this for us, Bernie. I mean,
Oh
this
yeah,
is
no,
really.
it's a blast to make.
It's
a big,
so
big fan of
special.
Slay.
Well, this is going to be nice because we can add this. I have several things, and I forgot to send Tori a photo to show it, but I'll put it on my Instagram. Wait, I want to see where maybe we can put. You can see it, kind of. Well, whatever. But you made me like a couple. You made me two like trading cards. I have a Ron LaFleur and Bob Lanier, who are both Detroit sports from the '70s. You made me a 1984 baseball, and then here's the other baseball, which this was a surprise for me. I don't think I knew you were making this.
Yeah.
So Bernie made me another baseball, and it's the 1968 Tigers, who also won a World Series. And so this was one of the first things that Bernie got me. This is one of his other baseballs, but I just love it so much, Bernie. Whatever, I could go on and on about how much I love it, but thank you so much for this. And so you did all the signatures, and they just look real. It's just such a, and everything about it I just love. Like, it's just, the odd shape and just your detailing with I'm literally going to put my reading glasses on so I can look at like the stitching on the ball, like really, and it's just, what you were talking about, football, like the attention to detail on these things, and you really see how much time you spent on it and just the minutia. I don't know, Bernie. I'm just like, I just wanted to.
It's
Oh, sure.
also seeing it in person, feeling like how three-dimensional everything is, it adds a whole other layer. Like the photographs of it are amazing.
Like, yeah.
Oh, there you go, Tori.
So yeah, like for me,
I
seeing
know
this,
the
like,
58 team was before your time, but some pretty cool players on that team.
what's that?
I know that the 68 Tigers were before your time, but some great players on that team.
I know, but I was born in '68. I'm old, and so and I actually have like an old. I don't even know I don't even know if I know the story. I have a World Series ticket from '68.
Yeah.
I've shown you that, right?
Yeah.
And so even to get this, even though it's not a real baseball, it's almost better for me because it's just cool. And I I knew all these. I was actually Willie Horton is a name right here, and I was on a T-ball team called the Willie Hortons. They like named all the teams after Tigers. But I don't know, Bernie. I just really wanted to have you on, and because every time I show your stuff to people, they're all like, "Holy shit, that's so cool!" And I would imagine people that watch the show, Office Hours East, have seen my stuff on Instagram. But whatever, I don't know. Any other questions from you, football? About? I could honestly talk all night and ask you all these questions.
Well, I have a weird question. Were you on 6th Avenue and St. John's today? Or,
No.
No, nowhere near. All right.
Oh, Bernie Kaminski lookalike.
I swear I thought I saw him in that hood
Oh, really?
today.
Oh, actually, I have a question I wanted to ask you, Bernie, and you can vouch, right? I think, am I a good dad?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, that was...
I'm not just saying that.
No,
You know, and I would
that laugh
never-
is really convincing. That
And
laugh
I would never
is-
really lie to my daughter. That was a bit, 100%, right? She was in on it. We rehearsed it at home. I'm a great dad.
I know that. Yes,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Ooh, that was almost as weird as my question about where he was located.
Yeah, if you say so, football.
We should, New York Jonathan, we should shout out Bernie's Instagram.
Oh, yeah. It's at Bernie Kaminski, right? Excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm burping all of a sudden. So you see Bernie's name. And listen, if you go to my Instagram, man, we're getting a lot of mic pops.
It's like brain zaps.
If you go to my Instagram, I'll try to follow up this week with some photos and stuff. And I know I've posted them before, but yeah, you can see Bernie's name right there, and it's just at Bernie Kaminski. But go to his Instagram and check out all this stuff. It's all so cool. You can people can commission you to make stuff, right? You'll do commissioned works like.
Yeah, I'm a little behind on stuff, but when I have time.
And
yes.
like, who has that drawer of stuff now?
That's in our apartment. A lot of this stuff is like hogging up space.
And is there stuff that you're not willing to let go of? Because it's,
Eventually, I mean, the drawer I spent a lot of time on. I don't know what, some of the stuff I would let go of, but some of the stuff, yeah, I'm hanging on to a lot of it
I
for
mean,
the moment.
Somebody
it's
needs to get word
unbelievable.
to Steve Martin so he can give you a fucking shitload of money for some
Right.
pieces.
Yeah.
Because I think he's like an art world guy, right? And buys cool shit. Like there's you know Christy Caracas, Bernie? He's the guitar player for Cheeseburger. And he does a lot of animation. So Cheeseburger is one of my favorite bands, and they're just so fun. They were like, I don't know, like early 2000s in New York or maybe mid 2000s. And I met Christy. He's a great animator. He made the show Super Jail. It's so fucking cool. It's so funny and hyper violent. He's a really talented artist. And their lead singer is like a Joe Bradley, I think. Is it right? Joe Bradley? Tori, is that his last name?
Right. Not
Oh,
sure.
I thought you were like the young hip music guy. Jesus Christ, Tori. God damn
He's
it.
got 6 more chances. 6 more chances. For
Anyway,
you to
so
get
he, I
that.
think, has become like this huge, famous pop artist, which is great. And I was happy for him. I don't know him hardly at all, but that's what I want for you, Bernie. I just want you to be
Thanks.
given so much money by
I-
famous people with lots of money to spend on cool shit like your stuff. I just love it so much.
I want a ton of money so I can buy some of that.
Oh, man.
That National Geographic stack.
It's just incredible. Anyway, yeah, this wasn't even a comedy segment. This was just
No.
like, I just wanted to have you on and, keep plugging you. And, I want people to see your stuff. It's so cool and it's so good. And, and especially now, like, it's just, what a cool, the fact that it happened and now here's the fucking pandemic and you're home and I'm
Yeah, it was a
guessing
good,
it's a
good
nice
pandemic
diversionary.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be amazing if you stepped away and everything behind you was all paper mache.
Well, that was one of the first thoughts I had. Like, the choice for the backdrop? Like, is that actually a bookcase or is it a miniature thing that the perspective is just? That would be cool if it was a small thing.
Right.
But
All right. Well, anyway, Bernie, thanks for being on, man. I really appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Thanks for having me.
And continued. I hope. Yeah, I was genuinely so happy to see you in your thing in New York Magazine. I thought that was really cool. What was that like? Were you super excited? Were you like, yeah, whatever?
No, it was cool. They asked me if they could include something that was different that would have taken me a long time to make, and I
And that was
said,
the
"Oh."
intercom, right? The classic, like,
No, they asked me if they could put this mailbox that I did in the
Oh.
gift guide, and I thought that I couldn't make a bunch of those. Then they asked about the intercom, and I said, yeah, I would make a certain number of those. So yeah, it was cool. I was surprised, and
how many did you make of those?
I made like 10 or 12. I didn't have time to make a ton of them, but I was like, I'll put aside enough time to make a certain amount.
Wow.
So sold all.
That
all
reminded
those.
me of the TV show Rhoda, because I feel like she talked to her doorman all
Right.
the time in like a intercom like that.
Yeah.
That was cool as hell.
Well, Bernie, thanks, man. I appreciate you being on, and I
No,
hope-
thanks for supporting me on all this stuff. It's very cool.
Of course. All right. Well, hope all's good, and I'll try to plug more of your stuff on Instagram, and I just love it so much, and I love that Nick's shirt. Anyway, you should go check his stuff out. It's super fucking cool. It's really incredible. And Bernie, good to see you, man, and hopefully
Good
we'll
to
see
see
you
you.
in
I'll
person
see you
soon.
soon.
All
Yeah.
right, Bernie Kaminski, check out his stuff.
Wow.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is really, truly, I just love it so much. I just love this so much. It's so neat. I love the baseball. I mean, I just think this stuff is pretty brilliant. It's incredible.
I'm so jealous that you have a bunch of his pieces.
Oh, man, I'll post some photos of the ones I have. Yeah, I showed you, like, I got another baseball. I have that sandwich we showed, and the cards he made, because it's front and back. So you get, like, the action photo on the front and then all the stats. It's like a 70s era
Wow.
baseball. It's so cool. It's so neat. Well, anyway, look, we're kind of at the end of the show. And the last segment we have, which we talked about earlier, it's been like, even though it's been fake emotions, because I would never lie to my daughter in real life, and we've deconstructed the bit, I will say this, when we were rehearsing, right, we're all clear. No one was fooled anyway. We all knew it was fake. But yeah, we were rehearsing that last night, and I will tell you, it was genuinely so fun and so cute. And I actually almost started crying. And I thought, oh, what if Freddie calls in again? And like, Daddy, I wanted to just say how much fun that was. And then I would probably genuinely start crying. But then she's like, yeah, I don't want to. or she just wasn't up for it. I actually had I'll just say this too. I was going to tell this, my son, who's older, my daughter is 10 and my son's almost 16. I love doing the dishes. And then I also like loading the dishwasher. I find a poorly loaded dishwasher, it will make me crazy. Where it's like, no, you can get more stuff in there. And then last night I had a moment with my son. This is so boring and dumb, but it made me laugh so hard. And I was just trying to tell my son, like, because I've been trying to get him to do the chores more. Sometimes I'll forget, oh, I have a child, like they can do the chores. And, but I still enjoy doing them. I find it relaxing at the end of the night. Anyway, I was telling my son, just so fucking boring. You know, if you put this dish like this, you can get more in. And to me, I almost think of it like a puzzle. It was the most, and he just in the middle of me saying that went, not gonna lie, I hate this. Just interrupted me, shut me up. Was like, basically was saying, yeah, good for you. I fucking hate this. It was I walked away laughing so hard. Just 2 precious moments with my children.
Wow.
Who thought that was a real cry? That was pretty good, right? We didn't even have to do the bit almost, but it was fake. But I thought, let's try it. I don't know if it's even going to happen, but maybe someone's going to break through. And one of the reasons I was telling Tori about this, like, and we kind of loosely, when we had a guest on a couple months ago, Sophia, I don't know if I'm going to butcher her name, Delia Black.
Yeah, it was during Hognica.
Yeah, during Hognica, and I met her when I did this show that just started. I was down at I was in Atlanta for this job, and that was the other time I think we did the show via Zoom, is when I was down in Atlanta and we wanted to do it and we made it work, and it was that's where I think the tech diffs came from, right?
No,
Is that
tech
right?
diffs happened.
The tech diffs happened here?
Yeah, there was like,
I thought it was Atlanta because we had a lot of right?
We've had tech diffs.
Almost every show,
Yeah.
right? But anyway, so it was it was kind of fun, even though it was this long month working on this job, and they had a lot of COVID shutdowns, and I got stuck down there for a little while. But then I was like, well, I'm here, make the best of it. And it wasn't horrible, even though it was a pain. But that's where I met Sophia, and she was awesome, and Rebecca Henderson, who you know, Tammy.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
had such a good time, like
And
we're all in this
football.
together. And then, football. Holy shit.
wow, you really,
Wow, we are like breaking some walls tonight.
Yeah.
We are really breaking some walls tonight.
yeah,
That's got to be a segment. It's like breaking some walls.
yeah. If Jason could write a theme for breaking some walls.
And just
tonight.
still have the giggle. Like breaking some walls. Breaking some walls.
To breaking the law, right?
Yes. Yeah, breaking some walls. Who's that? Who sings that song?
Judas Priest.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah.
So you were hanging out with Sophia and Rebecca.
Yes, I totally lost my train of thought.
You were like, so there was this month and it was really hard, but also good. Was it about crying?
Yes, I think it was about Yes. So when I was down there, like I found out, I've been on like Lexapro for a few years now. And it sometimes, it helps with anxiety, and I guess there might be some depression stuff in there, but it helps me most like anxiety and like short fuse temper stuff, where it helps just manage all that better. And I have found that it works, it helps, but then I've noticed that I'm such a crier. Like I will cry at, commercials. I'll tell a story about my children and just start weeping. And with that medication, it's actually curbed that in a way that I do not like. It's a little bit like, and it's, you're figuring out the dosage and all that shit. And so Sophia and I would always joke about like, I'd be sobbing if I wasn't on my Lexapro. And, I've had other people, it broke through and I'm crying. But so I recently, I had this moment happen where I have 2 bottles because my dosage is just like, it's got to be one dose and one of the other, like the number. And one fell. and they all fell out on the floor. I was like, oh shit, I guess I had to call the doctor to get more. And then I was like, fuck that. I want to go down and take less and see if I can get my crying back. Like I really, and so it's been this thing where there's been, not that I stopped crying ever, you know, it wasn't like I became a robot, but it just, I had noticed that became a thing. And so I've had a few moments of like, oh, it's back, where I can like tell the most boring story and then just start weeping. And I'm so thankful for it because I missed that. And I liked having that, you know, if that makes any sense even.
It does. I mean, I do worry about you taking matters in your own hand with like, I'm going to leave these pills on the floor and just.
I looked at it as an opportunity. And then when I needed a refill, I told the doctor.
Okay, cool.
It was
cool.
a mutual. I'm like, listen, I decided to just see how that felt, because maybe I'd go, it's not right, doesn't feel right, but it felt right. It felt good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what's made you cry most recently?
There was just something where I was certainly last night when we were rehearsing that phone call bit, because it was just so precious and sweet, and just like talking about it and working through like the beats, and she's already so funny, and she just was, you know, totally on it also, and it was such a cute, precious moment. And then just thinking about it was making me get weepy. And then there was something with my son, you know, like just, it's been such a tough time. Like he had some basketball games canceled because of COVID, and he was so upset. And then I just felt so bad for him. And then I was getting sad. And then we both, of course, went to the couch with our dog, and it was like, made everything better. But anyway, we just thought it could be a funny segment to try to make me cry. That's the long setup for this bit.
I love it.
Yeah. So, so we're going to just open it to the phone lines. I guess I'm realizing too, this is our only like phone segment, but that's okay. We should have just gone to the Steffi. So there it is. This is your opportunity to make a real fucking tough New Yorker, New York Jonathan. You got a little window into his soul.
Yeah, you broke through the Lexapro veil.
Yeah. 5 milligrams down. Jump on this.
I gotta say, I was on Lexapro for a little while, but I got really angry on it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's like the opposite,
Yeah.
right? It's supposed to help that, I thought.
I had to change.
Wow.
I had just sort of unprovoked rage.
Wow. And now how do you get the pill? Do you put it inside your inflation hole? Do you like crush up the pill and then like put it in your inflation hole with a pin, or?
Yeah, you don't even have to crush it up.
Really?
It fits through the hole.
I guess because, your pill would be smaller because you're.
Yeah, I'm not on the huge dosage. I weigh like 3 pounds.
If that. And that's mostly air.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Hey, sure.
I've been trying to, Thanks for noticing.
Of course.
Yeah.
See, I'm not a bad guy.
Yeah, so it's real tiny, but yeah, it made
Got
me
it.
full of rage.
Wow. That is shocking.
But I'm on something else now. So
I was going to say, because whatever you're on now is working, because you just seem like cool as a cucumber.
Yeah, I don't cry, but I'm also not raging, so.
Well, let me just say, I don't want to like paint this picture that I was always walking around crying. It was just,
I've seen you cry.
Oh, I'm not ashamed of it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't this out of control, hysterical crying
No,
all the
it
time.
was
It just,
like-
it removed that in a way that I like to feel that emotion, especially when it's, a beautiful story. And I like that. And it had curbed that too much.
Yeah, I see you. That's what I've seen you do, is cry at a beautiful story.
Yeah. Or even like I've cried at like, I remember my wife and my kids were out of town, and I was sitting home on the couch, and some car commercial came on, and the premise of the ad was the kids going to college and the parents gave him the old Subaru or whatever car. Mm-hmm. And his hair was the same color as my son, and I was sobbing. I was like, that's going to be when my son goes to college. He looks like my son, and I'm almost there. And it made me just really, really sob crying.
Wow.
Yeah, but it was about my child, because
Yeah.
I'm a great father. Well, let's do a few of these before we call it a night, because it's almost 10:30, which is pretty late. Just in general, for like the length of time for the show. That's my opinion, but whatever. Let's do some calls. Let's see who can make me cry.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what we got here.
If we got any funny bones, we're shutting them down quick. I'm letting all funny
Yeah, you
bones
gotta have
out there.
sad bones.
I'm letting
Only
all
sad
funny bones know that we're not going for gags tonight. We're going to shut you down.
No gags, just sad.
Let's get some earnest, like, sad stories. They don't have to be like a bummer.
You
It can be also a
moving.
beautiful story.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know what we got here. We'll see, but I don't know. It doesn't look super promising.
Why? What are you looking at?
Well,
Did they like write a description on the Zoom? Like,
they
here's,
they call in and they say something. It doesn't always translate, so it could be, it might be mistranslating, and maybe somebody does have a good sad story, but so
Right.
far this doesn't look too promising. But you want to try one? See what?
sure.
All right, we got an unlisted
No one
number.
never
here.
had any fun saying no, right?
Anonymous.
Is that the phrase?
Oh, they
Anonymous.
They hung up.
Chicken shit.
Yeah, they hung up. All
Fucking
right,
anonymous.
so we got one other one here. 937, you're on the air.
937.
Kim from Corning, 937.
Kim from Corning.
Yes, hello. Cam from Corning.
Cam.
Oh, we talked to you, right? Have you called in before?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Wow, football.
Well, I remember Corning because of Corning wear.
Very impressive. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
that's right.
Well, I apologize for not.
Well, that's all right, John.
Well, if you can make me cry, and listen, that's the aim. I want. It's not like you're not going to make me cry. I want you to make me cry. I want to feel it. I want to feel that emotion again.
Boy, that's a really tall task.
And it's okay if you don't.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping maybe someone will.
Can I just punt and say, actually, I had a topic way back that I wanted to talk about,
Oh,
which is
Jesus, no.
an
No, you
okay
cannot
way to
punt.
die.
That's the answer. No, you cannot punt. No, you cannot punt. Hang up on him, Tori. Hang up on this guy. Can I go back?
Cats in the cradle and the
Can
silver.
I go back? Come on. Football, really?
It didn't work this time, but last time we talked to him, he was great.
I don't doubt it for a second, but that was terrible.
Well, and I gotta respect the punt.
That I get. For you, yes. For me, no. You are here to make me cry, not talk about a missed opportunity the last time you called in. But he went for Cats in the Cradle, Silver Spoon.
Yes,
It
that was a good reach.
was a good effort, and it was funny that he got cut off in the middle of singing. Do we have any other callers? It's fine if we don't. I'm happy to just wrap this up. Not that I haven't been enjoying it. I'm just saying if we don't, it's also okay.
Yeah, I don't know. People are scared to
I
call in or something.
appreciate people sort of censoring themselves, like Anonymous hanging up. I'm like, Anonymous was like, you know what? I can't bring it. I'm trying to think of something real to tell you, and it's hard.
And even like at first I thought this is so funny, and then I was wondering, will it really happen? I thought, nah, probably not. But I was just going to enjoy hearing like what people were going to say. I was curious. Are people going to like come with jokes? Are they going to tell a real story? Is someone really going to try? Which I thought would have been great.
Do you remember in Hogmaka, somebody
Sorry,
shared
gotta
about, stretch it out. Somebody shared about, I think they were in graduate school. They just got their PhD. That made me emotional.
God, I have a terrible
Okay.
memory.
Right, it looks like we got some live ones now. We got a
Okay.
couple here. Do we want to try one here?
Sure. Get
512, you're on the line.
Get that hang up button ready, Tori.
Area code 512, are you there?
Get the hang up button ready.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm feeling a little sad.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear.
It happens. I do have a slight problem. When I'm like at work and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I'll start thinking about what my parents' funerals are going to be like, and it'll make me start crying just thinking about it.
Wow. And so I'm assuming your parents are alive.
Yeah, they're alive and well.
So you just kind of put yourself in the room. Is it ever a double
Yeah,
funeral?
what'll happen is, like, for my close loved ones, I have songs picked out that I will sing at their funerals.
Wow.
And if one of those songs accidentally comes on, like, I'm a mess.
Wow. Now, are these songs are in this fantasy? Are these songs of your choosing or their choosing?
They're my choosing. Like for my mom, it's an ABBA song, and she doesn't even like ABBA, but like the message of the song is like everything I feel about the impact she's had on my life, you know?
But don't you? How do you feel about that? If she doesn't even like them,
You know what?
I guess it's it's it's
Well,
but
it's not for her.
Well,
but
I'm
in a
gonna
way,
say,
it is though, because you're still showing her how much you appreciate her.
if he sings
Oh,
that, I
it is
wonder,
a little
that might
bit
make
for
you
her,
cry.
But it is more for me.
Do you? Yeah, football was saying if you sang that for her, that might make me cry.
Well, sing it for us right now, and we'll picture you singing it for your mom's funeral.
Yeah.
You want me to sing an ABBA song right now?
Not an ABBA song,
The
ABBA
ABBA
song.
song.
You want me to sing "Thank You for the Music" by ABBA right now?
Yeah, like you're singing at your mom's funeral.
Yeah. Put yourself in that headspace of being at your mom's funeral.
Yeah, because I want to hear it like that. I don't just want to hear that song. I want to hear you singing it at your mom's funeral.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll give you a little piece of the chorus. I won't give you the full thing.
I mean, give
Up
us
to you.
what you
Just
can
give us
give us.
something.
I'm sure we'll stop you before it's over.
So I say thank you for the music, the songs I'm singing. Thanks for all the joy they're bringing. Who could live without it? I ask in all honesty. What would I be without a song or dance? What are we? So I said thank you for the music, for giving it to me.
Wow.
That was nice.
That was nice. That was really I did not want to interrupt it. I didn't want to do a bit. I just thought this is beautiful. I don't even know if he's
It's
pulling.
a beautiful song, and there's so much sentiment in those lyrics for how I feel towards my mom.
Did she
like,
give
the
you
gift of
music?
you
Is
know?
that why you sang?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Well, all I can say is that I hope you do not have to sing that for a very long time.
I don't want my mom to bury me is the other part. I don't want to have to put her
Oh,
through
God.
that, which is like even sadder.
Okay, you're getting further away from making Jonathan cry, I gotta admit.
Yeah. Well, listen, that was thanks for sharing that story. I don't even think this is going to be making me cry. These are really interesting stories. I hope they're true.
Can I ask real quick
There's
what
a lot
song you're gonna sing for your dad?
Yeah, it's a Bruce Hornsby song called "Hooray for Tom."
Is his name Tom? Is your dad's name Tom?
No, his name is not Tom. His
that's
name is
just-
not Tom. Just the sentiment of the song is something he expressed to me a long time ago that he liked.
That he likes the song, or that he likes the sentiment.
Yes, and what the song is about on its surface and below the surface.
Wow. On the surface and below the surface. Do you want to give us a little taste of that? You don't have to.
I would prefer not to give you a taste of that one because that one makes me cry the hardest when I listen to it.
Wow, this should just be make the callers call in and cry.
Yeah.
It's up to you, and certainly.
I'm wearing a lot of makeup right now, so I really don't want to cry.
Then don't cry.
Thank you.
What if I just sing you a Butaloon, 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 that's just the way it is. Doodaloo. Isn't that Bruce Hornsby? Sometimes I never jam, Butaloon, Goodaloon, Goodaloon, that's just the
Some
way
things
it
will never
is. Anyway, that's my Bruce Hornsby. Well, thanks for calling in. I think that's, thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, 512, that was really special.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you for the laugh today.
Thank you.
Thank you for all the music.
Y'all have a good night.
You too.
Wasn't that the name of the song? Thank you for the music?
The ABBA one?
Yeah.
God, I already don't
I mean, I
remember.
meant
And
it
I
sincerely.
don't
Thank
remember
you for
anything.
the music. Your memory is
It's terrible.
worse than mine, and mine is bad.
And there's some shit that I remember no problem, but God, man, I hate anyway, do we have any other ones? Are there, I thought that was super sweet.
I love
if it
that
was
one.
true. That's like the blessing or one of the curses. Don't you find that? Football of if you're ever with comedy people, you never know whether to believe them.
No, I can pretty much tell if somebody's lying.
Yeah, if they're doing a bit.
Well, yeah.
And then you get callers and they want to do bits, and then it's like, oh, God damn it. Like, I hope that wasn't a bit.
No, that 100% was not a bit.
It didn't seem like it, and I thought it was great.
I thought it was beautiful.
Me too.
We have a guest caller, a special guest caller who's got a sad story.
Oh, wow. I'm curious. Is this the boss?
No, it's not the boss. It's actually producer Matt.
Oh. Producer Matt, you there?
Hey, producer Matt.
Hey guys,
Hi. How are you doing, by the way?
I'm good. That's my story is related to that. My trying to make you cry story.
Okay.
Oh.
I sent Tori a visual for it. This one's
We
sort
have
of
it,
depends
yeah.
on the visual.
Oh, my.
You have it. Okay, you can pull it up for everybody.
Yeah, but let's not put it up yet, though, Zach. Yeah.
Jesus. Oh, you got
Oh, no,
five
yeah,
more.
we can build up to that. Yeah.
5 more.
So I get as
I
New
can
York
feel myself
Television
getting mad,
alluded, I
more
had
and more
a-
angry with every mistake. Like, oh, Jesus.
What's that?
It's just a dumb bit we're doing here. I want to know how many people think
Well, we
if I'm really genuinely mad at this stuff or if I'm just faking it. No one will
well,
ever
you
know.
It's all
I'm too good an actor.
performance and
Anyway, go ahead, Matt.
I will say what's going to make me cry is I didn't realize how difficult this connection on the phone. It's terrible. It's very hard to hear what's going on. No wonder everybody's confused
Wow.
and their bits always fail.
Yeah.
It's all right.
But anyway, that's, whatever. That's besides the. So as you alluded to, I had a medical emergency right before New Year's.
Yeah,
which,
hospital scare.
That part was, hospital visit, which that wasn't sad as much as annoying. But of course, and this is where I'll try to tug at your heartstrings, I have a 4-year-old daughter at home, Stella.
4.
And so of course that was the hardest part was, sort of just being away from the family and all that. And then, there were definitely some sad parts, her coming to the hospital, and because of COVID,
Ugh.
they couldn't really visit. They weren't allowed up on the floor. And so I kind of sadly met them in the lobby. I, snuck out of my floor, and, she just didn't understand. And, you have kids, so you know how it goes. And she's,
Was
not,
she kind of stupid?
she's just not understanding why I can't come home with them.
I was trying to get in the zone of crying
but
and
then-
then
Sorry,
throw
I'm
that
so
shit in there.
sorry.
Yeah, throw that
Sorry, man.
ring spoiler
I'm
in there.
sorry. Okay,
go
so
ahead,
she
Matt.
didn't understand. Sorry.
So, so that, whatever, just kid stuff. But then what was really the heart wrencher was this visual that when I got home, her and my wife had made this sign, like a welcome home sign, and it was just one of these emotional, just like almost tears of joy, kind of like a very touching thing.
I would be crying right
She
now if
wrote,
I hadn't
she-
seen it already. I will say that.
If what?
I would have if someone hadn't fucked up over here, I'd be crying right now. Just no, I'm just kidding. I don't
blew
give
it
a
on my
shit.
story.
So I want to make
But
sure
yeah,
they know that
it's,
I'm totally fucking not mad. I don't care about any of this. It's
But
me.
they, so they had made this sign, and she's 4, so she's just learning to write her name, and so it's just, if you see that, I don't know if he's pulling it up yet. This sign
Welcome
that they
home.
made me for
App-
when I
was
came
that- and
home for
that's-
the
is that
first
supposed-
thing
does she
when
call
I
you-
walk in from the hospital.
And so does she call you Appa?
Appa.
Appa.
Oh, Appa is Korean for Papa.
Oh, so
My wife is Korean American, as you know, you've met her, and so that's just I don't know, that's stuck. She refuses to call Christina Uma, which is the Korean for mama, but she only calls me Appa.
Oh my God. Well, I'm surprised I'm not close. It's a tough thing. Call and tell the story, and tell the story and make someone cry. It's happened in the past.
You're in performance mode. It's hard.
I guess,
You're
yeah, it's a real
you're on
blurred
stage
line
right
tonight.
now.
It's a real blurred line tonight. We're really fucking with the audience. We're fucking with ourselves. I mean, there's been a lot of like I said, what was it? Breaking the wall. A lot of wall breaking tonight. I mean, I called football I don't even know what that name was,
I don't
football.
know.
Yeah, there's been a lot of breaking walls.
I asked
will
our
say,
guest if they were on a specific street corner today. That was weird.
Not necessarily. You're out and about on the town in football, right?
I just feel like he felt weird about it.
It didn't. It didn't. I didn't think it was weird.
All right.
I'll say that as a neutral observer. I was like, oh, maybe you were out and you saw him.
Okay. Cool.
Well, Matt, I do think that's super sweet. I think that sign is adorable. I'm guessing you must have been a wreck when you came home and saw that.
I was happy to be home. It just, I don't really cry a lot at that stuff, but it gave me that feeling.
Oh God, I would have been
I
like,
got the feels, as the kids say.
oh well, it's really. Can we bring it up again? I mean, look how sweet that is. Is that toast?
It's a very sweet sign.
It's really adorable.
And there's her writing in the lower right. That's her writing her name, which is so cute.
I think.
Anyway.
Oh my God.
Great show. I'll let you guys go.
Thanks, producer Matt. I'm glad you're feeling better.
One of my favorite things. I'll let
love
you
the
guys go.
show.
Just say you want to go. Don't say I'll let you guys go. Just say I'm done. I'm done with my thing.
It did make me
outta
think
here.
of the one
All
thing.
right, bye, Matt.
Bye,
Thanks
Matt.
for calling in. That was
Thanks, producer Matt.
We're genuinely glad you're okay, and that's a really,
Thank you.
really sweet,
Thank
sweet
you.
sign.
It's-
I
Now
got
you're
actually
gonna make
close
me
right
cry.
there. I got close right there. I will say that. I felt like a twinge of
All right, bye, guys.
emotion.
Have you seen the movie Terms of Endearment? Do you know what I'm talking about? I want you to go to that place. Do you remember that scene in the hospital? And her-
Kind of, but it's one of those things. When I hear terms of endearment, then I just think about Public Enemy. Burn Hollywood Burn. So it's like, do I admit that I cried at Terms of Endearment, or do I be like, no, fuck that, like Public Enemy?
if
I
we-
must have seen it and cried. Didn't she like? Well,
No,
this is talk about spoiler alerts,
if
right?
you could show a clip,
No one's gonna give a shit. Does anyone care
I
if I
guarantee
spoil
you it would
terms?
make Jonathan cry. If you can find the clip where her boys visit her in the hospital
Oh.
and the little one won't stop crying.
Well, you know what we were gonna do? I mean, oh my God, it's almost fucking 11
It's
o'clock. We
going to
gotta
make you
wrap
cry
this up.
so hard.
Really? Can you play it, or we can't do that on the
Well,
show?
yeah, we might get dinged for.
Yeah,
for
it's like a
playing
rights
that.
thing. Let's do this, because it's late. It's so
but
fucking late.
We do have before we didn't have anything, and now people are actually calling in.
Now people want to tell.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I'm not in a hurry to leave. It's just I don't like when the show is like, it's so long. But if people are genuinely enjoying it,
Yeah, you don't want the feeling of people watching being like, oh, I'm going to let you go, New York Jonathan.
yeah, pretty much. I think when you've gotten to "I'll let you go" territory, it's time to wrap it up. I don't know. I feel like let's wrap it up because I just put that in motion. I don't want to then go, all right, let's do. People can, if you want to like send your stories, whatever. Let's just, because it is late. The show's been going on a long time. I think. I always like to wrap it up before it gets too long. And now that we're even talking about it, I think it's maybe reached that point. But it feels like, honestly, for me at least, I don't know how you feel football. It feels like it flew by.
It flew by.
It's been super fun. Like it's been fun conversations. It's been a lot of real shit, which is kind of fun. Like it was great talking to Bernie and not doing bits. And I loved hearing that guy's story of his songs that he wants to sing at his parents.
yeah.
I mean, that was pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been kind of a sweetheart show, right? Like it started with a comedy bit with me and my daughter. And then clearly it was just like, that was an emotional. I mean, honestly, I'm telling you, it was so fun rehearsing it. And she was really excited to do it. And we'll probably talk about it later. And I mean, that was so sweet. And I was trying to think if I could work myself up into some tears right there. Because even when we were hanging out last night doing it before bed, I'm like, oh, this is just the cutest. I'm close. That's not going to happen. I was hoping it'd be so fun if I could start weeping during this stupid podcast. Well, I don't know. Football. Any final thoughts from you? Like, have you had any when's the last time you cried? We'll kind of maybe wrap it up in a sec here, but we can maybe chit chat for a sec before we
I just
say
saw
goodbye.
Encanto. Have you seen that movie? It's a new Disney animated movie.
I have not seen it. It was my daughter recommended it, and now you're going to think I'm a terrible dad. I was like, Freddie, I think this is terrible. it started off, it was so like right away, I'm like, I am not on board with this premise.
It gets so good.
But the premise right away, it's like, they have magical powers out
No.
of the blue? Give me a fucking
No,
break.
you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it.
I don't know
It's
football.
taking the thing of like everybody has a gift or a talent, and it's just heightening it to magic. But it gets really good.
I know,
That
but
made me
it felt
cry.
like it came from nowhere. Like it just didn't seem like it was rooted or grounded in
Give it
anything.
honestly 15 more minutes. Till you get to the song that the Strong Sister sings.
But it's coming from a place of like
It's
whatever.
not. It's really
Really?
not. And it's got this like imprint of Colombian history of like the 1,000-Day War. Like it's
Okay, I'll give it another try because
Give it a
was
shot.
my daughter also. She loves it, and I wanted to like just let's have a fun movie night. And we ended up watching something else that was really fun, so it was still a fun night. But I felt bad because I'm like, I just felt like this.
Have
is
you
not,
seen Moana?
I can't remember.
That's a good father-daughter.
Can I say something about Moana? Everyone loves Lin-Miranda Manuel, and he rhymed water and daughter, and I did that when I was in 5th grade. I wrote a thing about dolphins. Like we had an assignment like pick a topic and make a collage on poster, and I picked dolphins because I just thought, I don't know, dolphins are cool. And for one of the photos, I wrote the caption, "They may not be your daughter, but they're fun in the water." That was the caption.
So that's what
I
you think
thought-
of when you hear Lin-Manuel Miranda's music. You're like, I fucking did this.
No, but everyone's like, "Oh, he's a genius," and Moana, and I was watching Moana with my daughter, and there's like, something in their daughter and something in the water. I was like, I fucking did that in 5th grade.
Wow.
I rhymed water and daughter in 5th grade, and it was so bad. And I remember my friend Jeff Moss, even in 5th grade, he's like laughing at how fucking terrible it was. And I was like, what? It's pretty good. He's like, no, it's not. That's awful. And he was right.
So
But
now-
anyway,
I have a question for you, New York Jonathan.
go ahead, producer Tori.
Do you cry? Do you ever get teary during commercials? Like when there's like a commercial with like emotional music or whatever.
Oh, you mean like the story that I already told earlier today?
Oh, did I miss it?
Is that what you
man,
mean?
you just
Jesus
rode through, like,
fucking Christ.
Five of your
I went through
Jesus,
five
not
of
only
them.
did you blow 5 and 1, you went the other way with it.
I was just trying to stoke up your emotions. There we
Jesus
go.
fucking
It was the Subaru commercial
Christ.
with the
That's a
kid
perfect
who
way
looks
to
just like
end
his
the show.
dad.
That's a perfect way to end the show. Well, what let's do. Let's special thanks to Josh Inman for our graphics. Is it Dan
Mulcahy.
Mulcahy for the opening animation,
Amazing.
Jason Lamb for music,
Amazing.
Zach Stone for the technical directing.
Amazing.
Andrew, what's your last name?
Linton.
Linton, who's our
Oh,
sound
Linton.
guy.
Sorry, Litton.
Linton, who's our sound guy. And then Wes Knapp in L.A. and, of course, producer Matt and Tim Heidecker, the boss. Now, we got to get the boss. But he texted me. He's like, I'm going to call. I was like, whatever you say, boss. You set the rules. But anyway, thanks to everybody for listening. Thank you, of course, Football, for filling in for Slice.
My pleasure.
It's always great to have you here. We hope Slice is just working and busy, and maybe next month we'll have you both on, and it's just so fun having both of you and shooting the breeze. And
I love Slice.
Yeah, everybody should get some Slice and football merch and some.
It's on your computer.
Yes, I'm on your
right,
computer.
yeah. I put my producer Tori button is on. These you can get a producer Tori fun pack with the button, the stickers. We got some Slice keychains. I don't know if it's kind of hard to see, but I'll put some photos again, like on Instagram, and then of course, like we've got these Crust Gotta Hurt magnets. And there's tons of t-shirts. I got my New York Jonathan comfort tee. There's long sleeve tees. The Tech Diffs hat, not for sale. It should be though. That's pretty
Why
fucking
is
sweet.
that not for sale?
Somebody made this.
You
for
know,
me.
yeah, Missalati Hat Club, and he actually reached out to me asking if we wanted to do some kind of collab.
It's a
or
great
something.
hat.
Yeah.
I think we should do something.
gotta
It's so
do
fun.
that.
It's one of my immediate favorite hats now too. It's just such a. I'm trying to. There we go. Tech Diffs. Perfect font. Looks great. He did the other one with the Detroit Tigers D, which I appreciated, but I like this one more. So yeah, maybe there will be a Tech
I
Diffs
mean,
hat.
there, you got one sale right now. I'm buying a Tech Diffs
A
hat.
lot of people I think would get it. I've had people ask,
Yeah,
"What's
and
that?"
Producer Matt just put links for the merch in,
Awesome.
in the chat.
And there's, of course, like all your office hours stuff. So there's both. There's lots of really funny, dumb shit to get. And it's a great way, of course, to just support the show. Become a Patreon. Is it Patreon or patron? I always
Patreon.
like do that. Whatever, we love doing these shows. And, there's all the guys behind the scenes and, are just donating their time. And I really appreciate it. And so whatever you can do to help the show, we love doing it.
And tomorrow on the Patreon, there's going to be a drop concert. Doug and Vic drop concert 2 Bells
fuck
and
yeah.
Whistles at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Awesome.
Tune in for that.
So yeah, so support the show. We certainly really genuinely do appreciate it. And I love doing the show, and I know, just talking to Football and Slice and everybody, and it's fun doing all this shit. So thanks to everybody that watches, and thanks to everyone that supports the show, and hope everyone's doing well out there, and we'll see you on the last Friday of next month. Good night, everybody. And good night to my daughter, who I love.
Aw, she'll
Very
never
much.
see that.
She will.
I guarantee you will.